UK report finds there is no harm in passive vaping. Here's why. Over the decades it has been no secret that passive smoking is one of the biggest risks associated with cancer. It has been one of the most compelling debates around the recent issues plaguing cigarette smokers and their right to smoke in public. Should unsuspecting members of the public be at risk as well? According to the UK's National Health Service, NHS, second-hand smoke contains more than 4,000 chemicals that are known to cause cancer. Frequent exposure to this smoke, which can last in the air for up to 5 hours, increases the risk of lung cancer and heart disease and can be particularly debilitating if continually exposed. But there could be hope on the horizon for smokers and non-smokers alike, after an evidence review on e-cigarettes and heat-not-burn products, like the Echoes, published by Public Health England, PHE, provided some compelling research that found e-cigarettes are saving thousands of lives each year. Not only did the report conclude that vaping poses only a small fraction of the risks of smoking and switching completely from smoking to vaping conveys substantial health benefits, but it found that there have been no identified health risks of passive vaping to bystanders. That's right, those big clouds of smoke you see spewing out of electronic cigarettes are, in fact, safe. Yet despite these products being widely unavailable in Australia, all signs point to the fact that they are healthier alternatives to the average cigarette and increases the chances of quitting for good. Smoking is banned in all enclosed public places and certain outdoor public areas around NSW, under the Smoke-Free Environment Act 2000 and the Smoke-Free Environment Regulation 2016. Last year, Victoria outlawed vaping in Victoria smoke-free spaces and banned e-cigarette advertising. In many countries British American Tobacco provides a range of products for smokers seeking a harm-reduced alternative, a spokesman for British American Tobacco Australia told News.com. Increasingly, the global evidence base supports making these products available. This is witnessed by the progressive approach to tobacco harm reduction by lawmakers in Europe, the United States, Canada and New Zealand. The science behind the research is as follows. When a smoker puffs on a normal cigarette, at least 7,000 chemicals are released due to the massive combustion caused by the cigarette's burn. Because this is absent in vapor, the chemicals are mostly at levels less than 1% of those in tobacco smoke, according to Australian Tobacco Harm Reduction Association Chairman Dr. Colin Mendelsohn. The life of the chemicals from vaping is much smaller than smoking, in other words it disappears very quickly, Dr. Mendelsohn, also conjoint associate professor at UNSW's School of Public Health and Community Medicine, told News.com. Cigarette smoke hangs around for ages, whereas the chemicals in a vape, because it's liquid-based droplets, dissipates quite quickly. Dr. Mendelsohn confirmed research has identified very low levels of chemicals in the air from vaping. Studies of vaping in homes found no discernible effect on air quality, and concentrations of vaping chemicals in vape shops were well below occupational exposure limits and nicotine was undetectable. The bottom line is that there is no identified health risk to bystanders. Heated tobacco products, which heats tobacco instead of burning it, is also a safer alternative to the average cigarette, scientists claim. The Department of Health have ruled out the outlawing of e-cigs in enclosed spaces in England, despite calls by the World Health Organization to do so. WHO have recommended a ban on indoor smoking of e-cigs as part of tougher regulation of products dangerous to children. PHE's evidence review came just a few weeks after a U.S. National Academies of Sciences, Engineering and Medicine report that concluded e-cigarettes are likely to be far less harmful than combustible tobacco cigarettes.